Okay, let's just dive right in. We got the official word from Bilibili's big showcase,
We did.
and the message is, well, it's pretty loud and clear. Link Click is coming back, and it looks like it's going big.
Very big.
So for those of you who've been, waiting on the edge of your seat since that last finale, we're skipping the fluff today. We're going straight to the facts.
That's the plan. You gave us the official announcements, the director's comments, all of it.
Yep.
And the mission here is to just distill what's actually been confirmed about the timeline, the sheer scale of this thing, and maybe do a quick refresher on why this show... I mean, it's about two guys in a photo studio.
Right. Cheng Xiaoxi and Lu Guang.
Exactly. Why it hits so hard on an emotional level.
Yes. Because we're not just confirming a date here. We're looking at the implications of what seems to be the biggest production commitment this show has ever had. It's all about memory and consequences.
High-stakes, time-hopping drama. And the scale just got a lot bigger.
So let's start with the event itself, the one that kind of broke the internet for fans. The announcement from Bilibili. They didn't just mention Season 3.
No, not at all.
They made it a centerpiece, didn't they? So what was the actual non-negotiable date they gave us?
They finally put a pin in it. The first part of Link Click Season 3 is officially set to debut in October 2026.
Okay, October 2026.
That is the anchor date. I know it feels like a long way away for a lot of people, but it is a firm commitment.
That timeline, yeah, it confirms a pretty long wait, but it also suggests they're putting a lot of time and, resources into the quality.
It has to.
Which for a show this intricate is, I think, a good thing. Speaking of resources, what else did they tell us about the scope? Because this isn't just a standard 12-episode season.
No, and this is where it gets really interesting. This is the statement of intent. The director, Haolin, he was the one who shared this detail.
Okay.
The full Season 3 is planned for an ambitious 24 episodes.
24.
Wow.
Wow. So that's not a renewal. That's a declaration. For anyone tracking this, that means we're getting a full 2-course season.
Exactly.
That kind of scale is usually reserved for, the biggest flagship shows. It suggests a huge narrative arc that they just couldn't fit into a normal run.
Precisely. And in the world of donghua, of high-quality Chinese animation, a 24-episode season promises something sprawling, something deep.
Right.
And when you think about their missions, the emotional and temporal knots they have to untangle for every client, 24 episodes gives them the room to let these stories breathe.
But let's play devil's advocate for a second here. October 2026. That is a long wait. We're talking nearly 2 years from the announcement. Is there a risk that they lose some of that incredible momentum from the Season 2 finale? Or do you think this delay is purely about promising quality?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to see it as two sides of the same coin.
Okay.
Yes, the gap is going to test people's patience. But a long lead time like this, it almost always points to really rigorous quality control, complex pre-production. And for Link Click, with its visual style and, the shocking timeline stuff they pull, they need that time. It tells us they're not rushing a massive story. They're building an event.
An event that, as we now know, won't be over quickly once it starts.
Right.
If the full run is 24 episodes and part 1 is October 2026, did director Haolin give any hints about the schedule for the rest of it?
He was actually pretty specific. So it's confirmed, first part airs late 2026. But the second part of that 24-episode season will likely follow later, in 2027.
So this is a huge 2-year investment for the audience.
It is.
We start the journey late next year, and we're probably seeing the conclusion stretch into the year after that. It really guarantees that Cheng Xiaoxi and Lu Guang's story is going to be a dominant conversation in animation for that whole time.
Absolutely. It keeps the show visible,
Yeah.
and it lets them space out the big emotional beats strategically, and of course to make sure the hype doesn't die down during the wait.
They dropped something first now.
Oh yeah, Bilibili gave us the immediate gratification stuff. A sneak peek trailer, and a really striking new visual.
They know what they're doing, and those visuals, they pull you right back into that world, that atmosphere, which is actually a perfect transition. Let's revisit the foundational rules of the Time Photo Studio, because you really have to understand the powers to get why a 24-episode season is so exciting.
Okay, let's get into the mechanics, because the show's genius is in its limits.
Right.
You have Cheng Xiaoxi. He's the one who can literally dive into a photograph. He inhabits the body of the person who took it.
But only for a short time.
A very fixed amount of time, yeah, usually about 12 hours. He's the physical operative, the one feeling everything.
Emotional conduit.
Perfect way to put it. And he's guided by Lu Guang, who's the real anchor of the whole operation.
So what does Lu Guang do?
Lu Guang can trace and observe everything that happens within that photo's timeline. He knows all the key events, when and where they happened. He's the voice of caution, talking to Cheng Xiaoxi from back in the real world.
And what's the one single rule? The one they can never, ever break?
It's the core paradox of the whole series. You cannot change the past.
Right.
Cheng Xiaoxi can jump in, but his mission is always just to fulfill the client's request. Find an object, hear a conversation, pass on a message. He can't alter the major outcomes.
He's an observer of destiny, not a changer of it.
Exactly. He can't intervene in the fate of the person he's inhabiting.
And that one distinction, observing versus altering, that's the entire engine of the show, isn't it? It's why it's so much deeper than just a standard time travel story.
It is. And connecting this back to the bigger picture, this is where that 24-episode season starts to make so much sense from a story perspective.
Go on.
The show isn't just about cool superpowers. It's about the devastating human toll of regret, of inaction. Every single mission forces them to witness trauma or tragedy that they are explicitly forbidden from stopping.
The emotional weight they must carry back with them has to be just staggering.
It is. They're essentially archiving human tragedy, but are totally powerless to prevent it.
And that's the brilliance of it.
It's fantastic writing. The show uses this sci-fi idea to explore these really fundamental human things like grief and accountability and, well, maybe even predestination.
And we've seen how much that rule gets tested, especially with Cheng Xiaoxi. He's the one who leads with his heart.
Always.
He's constantly struggling with that mandate not to interfere. A 24-episode run has to mean that struggle is just going to get cranked up to 11.
I think so. We might see a season where the consequences of one tiny intervention just spiral completely out of control,
forcing them to reckon with their own rules.
It really poses the question, what happens when that emotional need to save someone finally overpowers the cold logic of preserving the timeline? Longer season is going to use that weak point for some explosive conflict.
Yeah, I can see that. And for anyone listening who wants to catch up or maybe relive that intensity before 2026, we should point out it's pretty easy to do so.
Oh, absolutely. The source material we have confirms Crunchyroll is streaming every episode of Link Click so far. It's got full global access.
Right.
And their description of the show, I think, sums it up perfectly. They say the adventures brilliantly portray the intersection of modern-day life and the narratives that shape our pasts.
That is a great way to put it. Okay, let's bring all these threads together now. What are the key takeaways for you? The big things everyone needs to know.
All right. We have a fully confirmed Link Click Season 3. It's a huge, ambitious 24-episode season.
A massive vote of confidence.
It is. From Bilibili, from director Haolin. The premiere for Part 1 is locked in for October 2026, with the rest coming in 2027. This all points to deep, complex storytelling about memory and time.
And the promise is more of that signature blend, the high-stakes, time-jumping plot with that really deep, emotional character drama.
And the terrible cost of knowing what's coming?
Yes.
The anticipation is completely justified. And this long wait is, it's your chance to rewatch the first 2 seasons. Maybe pay closer attention to those rules about intervention.
And your immediate homework.
It's simple. Go check out that sneak peek trailer and the new visual that Bilibili dropped. Remind yourself what you're waiting for.
Okay, so as we wrap this deep dive, let's leave you with a final thought to chew on, building on that central theme of knowledge and consequence. If Cheng Xiaoxi and Lu Guang are constantly forced to live in the past, knowing the fixed final outcome of someone's story but being utterly unable to change it, what is the ultimate emotional cost of that knowledge?
Yeah.
How do they even live their own future when it's been shaped by thousands of past tragedies they can only watch?
It's the ultimate burden of the observer, isn't it? They know everyone else's fate, but that knowledge is what paralyzes their own ability to act. That's the tension that's going to fuel this entire 24-episode journey.
Keep those adventures in time on your radar. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.